My name's Pauline Nguyen. I'm one of the owners of Red Lantern Restaurants in Surrey Hills and in Darlinghurst. I own it with my brother Luke and my husband Mark. We have two restaurants, one in Surrey Hills and the other one in Darlinghurst. There's Red Lily Cocktail Bar as well, part of the Red Lantern on Riley. We have around 50 staff members and we've been around for 12, 13 years. When we first started, Mark, Luke and myself, we were working 60, 70, 80 hours, creeping up to 90-hour weeks. And we said to ourselves one day, if we're still doing this after 2 or 3 years, then there's something wrong with us. It's all about entertaining our friends, it's about having a good life, it's about having a good family, and we sort of gave ourselves a deadline and just stood back and made some decisions to do things differently. But I think when you're starting a business, it's very easy to get caught up in it, so you have to make that decision to change the direction. Starting up, you need to find out who you are. I think in every business you have the artist, the manager and the entrepreneur. And a lot of people start their businesses as an artist, whether it be the chef in the kitchen or the designer of the clothes, but then to find out what your strengths are. And so with the three of us, we found out that Mark is definitely the artist, being the executive chef of the restaurants. Luke is also the artist, but he's very much the manager. He's very good at the front of house as well as the back of house. And I found my groove, and I'm definitely the entrepreneur. So over the years, we've found what we're good at and our little niche, and where we bloom and excel, and we rely on the others to do what they do best. In 2012 and 13, we won Australia's favourite restaurant with the I Love Food Awards. That's the public voting for us, you know. And when there's an award where the public votes, it actually means so much more to me than getting a good review from a reviewer. The failures that I've had in the past, it really is a case of, oh well, that didn't work, next. And I'd rather hang out in that new space as opposed to being dragged back in the old space, because it was, how do I know if I didn't do it? The things that I wished I'd known at the outset very early on was I would have started my personal development journey a lot earlier than I did. Mindset, peer group, attitude is what gives you the armor. I think with a lot of startup businesses, we thought we could do it all ourselves. And we made the decision later on that things needed to change. But at the outset, I think if we said, let's stop being control freaks at a very early stage. Let's learn to let go. Let's learn to delegate more. Let's learn to get people who do it better than us. Let's learn to get people who are smarter than us at the very beginning. We wouldn't have had so many years of really, really hard work. But it's the process. The best advice I've ever been given in business is to identify what my absolute priorities are. Identify what the why is, identify what it is that gets me out of bed. I sleep very little, but what gets me out of bed is not concerns about the cash flow or the profits. Obviously, they are important, but what gets me out of bed is who I'm doing this for. And I'm doing this for my children, and I'm doing this for my husband, and I'm doing it for the family. And once you keep that as your why, everything else becomes easy, because your why is aspirational, inspiring, and so important.